All right, everyone, I am Misty. This is Dinner on a Dime. Welcome to today's video. I am feeling goofy and crazy today, so if I act out during the video, I apologize in advance. I can't seem to help myself right now. So today's video is going to talk about 10 life-changing hacks that you can make that will help make dinner time a breeze. Okay, dinner time can be hard for a lot of people. I've been there. I've been through the stage of life where you have toddlers running around the house, or baby needs attention, or husband needs attention, or you need to do the laundry, or you're trying to do the dishes, and there's lots of stuff going on, especially if you are a working mom, okay? So this one might be more geared to working moms, although these tips and tricks can be for anyone, whether you are working inside the home because you are the primary caregiver of your family, or you are outside of the home because you work 40 hours a week and then you come home and you put in overtime at home to make the house run efficiently. So let's look at some life-changing hacks that we can use to make dinner time more of a breeze through situation, okay? So number 1, or number 10 if you want to count down, is what we are calling in our house a dinner in 5 kit. What is a dinner in 5 kit? A dinner in 5 kit is any meal that you can make with 5 ingredients or less, pre-packaged in your pantry. They're ready to go. You can use the big, gallon-sized Ziploc bags, label it with what the meal is. Then you just put your 5 ingredients in the bag, your 4 ingredients in the bag, your 6 if you can fit it, but we're going to call it 5 ingredient meals because we are talking dinner in 5, not dinner in 6 minutes. That's too long, Mom. Dinner in 5. Okay, so when you're in survival mode and you just don't have time, you don't want to think about it, you don't know what you're doing, all you have to do is go in there and grab one and they're ready to go. You don't have to think about what to do. You already know what to do. And you can add a cooking card into your meal kit that basically breaks it down for you what you're going to do. Here's what temperature you're going to cook me on. Here's what meal I'm making, yada, yada, yada. So make some dinner in 5 kits, okay? I am going to do this on the channel. I don't know if it'll be before this video or after this video. Time will tell the tale, okay? But dinner in 5 kits. I would recommend to have at least 5 of these on your shelf for convenience. Then as you get down to 1 or 2 left, you have time to make some more and put them on the shelf. Plus, it gives you variety. If you were to just make 5 of one meal or 3 of one meal, well, then you're tied to that one particular meal. And if you don't feel like having that, then you don't make it. So have a few, have a variety of them so that you have options to work with. All right, next up on the list, marinate meat before you freeze it. So when you buy a big package of pork chops, or you buy a big package of chicken, or whatever the meat might be, that you would typically add a marinade to, lamb if you want to go that crazy. I've never made lamb, but I would marinate it first. I know it has mint and some flavors I'm not used to for lamb. See, I told you I was going to be goofy today. All right, but marinate it before you freeze it. What this allows you to do is when you pull it out and you're thawing it out, guess what? It is marinating while it is thawing. You don't have to wait for it to thaw out and then marinate for 24 hours. It's been marinating. It's continuing to marinate the entire time that it is thawing out. This saves you time. It gives you a faster, more flavorful dinner once it is ready to go. So I love doing this. There's already a video posted on this channel for 4 chicken marinades that I did the other day, that I did because I got a big 9.5 pound bag of chicken breasts at Tom Thumb, and so I bought 8 limes, and I show you 4 different marinades you can do that are lime based marinades. And so I label them, they're in the freezer, then I just go and I pull them out and I thaw them out and I throw them on the grill. It is super easy. All right, next up, freeze some chopped herbs, okay? Whatever your chopped herb of choice is, whether it is garlic, it is basil, it is parsley, it is rosemary, it is thyme, it is I'm trying to think of some of the other ones I've got at the store. Sometimes it's a blend of herbs. I look for the packaged herbs when they're on clearance at my Kroger. And then I will bring them home. I will chop them up. You freeze them in a ice cube tray. And you just fill the ice cube tray up with either oil or liquefied butter. Or you can even do just water. And the water will cook off in the pan. All right, these add an instant flavor bomb to dishes later, and it's just a great way to keep fresh herbs on hand. But honestly, I'm not going to use them. Like, if I was to buy them today on clearance, they don't fit into my meal plan for this week. So that's why I chop them up, I freeze them, and then I've got it for later down the road when I need that food. All right, stock a lazy pantry shelf. Now, this isn't your dinner in 5 kits. This is a lazy shelf. What does that mean? Have dinner helpers on that shelf, okay, that are going to help guide you to what dinners you can make. So this would be things like sauces, beans, boxed meals, vegetables, instant soups, cream of soups, tortillas if you have it. Things that you can utilize quickly to throw meals together. And I would group those items on the shelf to kind of show what meals I'm thinking about making with it. So if I had room, because I don't right now, but if I had room for a lazy shelf, I would probably group together things for a quick pasta. Maybe like a chicken pesto pasta or a Alfredo gnocchi and chicken, okay? I would have that kind of grouped together. Then I would group together like hamburger helper and vegetables. Like, here's a super easy option. And then I would group together maybe what I need for jambalaya, or group together what I need for a quick homemade chili. Okay, I would group together several meal ideas across my lazy shelf so that then I know, okay, I'm in a lazy mood, I'm not wanting to cook, I'm in a funk, I'm going to go to my lazy shelf and I'm going to see what I have there that I can quickly work with to make a meal. All right, number 6, if you're counting up, it would be number 6. I'm counting down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess it'd be number 5. Oh, guys, I am just all over the place today. But anyways, use a nightly bin for the next day's meal. I love doing this, okay? I have just a small blue plastic bin that I just put the meat into. Whatever meat I am thawing out for the next day, it goes in the fridge. So I already know where the meat is for the next day. All I have to do is open the fridge, pull out the blue tin or the blue rubber container, and that's where my meat is for the next day. But you could also do this in your pantry. You could have a small container in your pantry or another one in the fridge that you could put like the vegetables you're going to work with, the cream of soup you're going to work with, the tortillas you're going to work with. Whatever it is you're going to need for that meal the next day, group it all together in one bin. So all you have to do maybe is open the fridge, pull out the meat bin, go to your pantry, pull out your other bin, and boom, everything you need to make your meal is right there together. Okay. Number 5. I don't know how I'm numbering these. I need to just quit saying numbers. That's what I need to do. I just need to stop doing that. But anyways, batch cook and freeze your meals in advance, or batch prep them and cook them and freeze them in individual portions. You've heard me say this over and over and over again in different videos, but it is always one that is worth bringing up. If you can just heat and eat something, you are more likely to stick to a dinner plan than you are if you don't. If not, it's easy to fold and just be like, we'll just go out for dinner. Okay, we'll go out for dinner, we'll order pizza, whatever the case may be. If you already have some meals prepped and in the freezer, it is just as easy to pull out one of those, throw it into the oven, go do a few things, come back, and it's done. My favorites to do for this are some sort of pasta dish, like a chicken farfalle, Alfredo type dish. Lasagna works great for this. Enchiladas. I love to have chili already on hand and frozen. I love to have vegetable soup, taco soup already prepped and in the freezer. I love to get browned meat. So I've already browned the meat, like for ground beef, put it in the freezer that way. Sometimes I'll take it a step further. I'll turn it into pre-cooked meatballs and put it in the freezer that way. I will make spaghetti sauce with meat in it and I'll freeze it that way. I'll do sloppy joe mix and freeze it that way. I'll do taco mix and freeze it that way. The more options I have in the freezer that become quick little, I can thaw it out in the microwave within a few minutes or under some warm water and I can get going on it, or I can just take it out and throw it in the oven, the better. Because we all have those days where we don't want to spend 45 minutes in the kitchen prepping dinner. We don't want to take an hour to cook a lasagna, but if it's already layered up and now all I've got to do is throw it in the oven and wait for it to cook, that's where it's at. All right, number 4, number whatever, if you're counting the other way, use a rotisserie chicken. Now, I like to cook my own chicken, but here's the deal, guys. I can get a rotisserie chicken from like Sam's or Costco for what, $5? Or I can go to Tom Thumb and I can buy a whole chicken to work with that is going to cost me way more than that. It is going to take my gas to go there and back. It is going to take my time to prep the chicken, to cook the chicken, all of that. Or I can just go to the store and I can get a rotisserie chicken and I can work with that. If you are in a stage of life where you need quick fixes, rotisserie chicken is where it's at. It makes it super easy. It is already cooked. It is already seasoned. It is already ready to use. All you literally have to do is pick the meat off of the bones and make dinner. That is all you have to do. Or you can just serve rotisserie chicken. You can do that too. It's delicious. So what are some ways you can use it? You can make tacos, you can make wraps, you can make salads, you can make pasta, you can make soup, you can make sandwiches, you can make enchiladas. The choices are endless. And you can do all of that with a rotisserie chicken. So we're actually going to do a video on this channel. It will probably be after this one because I do need to open up some freezer space for it. But we are going to buy one rotisserie chicken. We are going to pick all the meat off of it we can, see how much meat that gives us. And then we are going to plan ahead meals with that chicken. We are going to make frozen meal kits that then I can pull out later and make for my family. And we're going to see how many meals for a family of 4 we can get out of one rotisserie chicken. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that one. All right, next, have a 15-minute dinner list. So what does this mean? When you are tired and you simply want to give up, you simply want to order delivery, the meal you laid down for tonight takes 45 minutes worth of prep work, and now you're like, I've had a hard day at work. I don't want to take 45 minutes for dinner. I can go to my 15-minute meal idea list. It is a list of all of the meals that myself and my family members like that I can make in 15 minutes or less. Now I can look at those meals. I can look at the protein I had laid down and I can say, okay, we are changing course on this dinner. This dinner is no longer going to be a sausage and shrimp boil. This dinner is now going to be easy jambalaya because I have a jambalaya mix. I can throw it all in one pot and I can make it super fast, right? So I can pivot. I can take what I had planned, I can change it up, and I can use it, and I'm not creating any waste from it. I'm just generating it into a new concept that I didn't have the day before, okay? So when you have this list readily available, you can get to work quickly because you can just identify it really fast. You know what you need to do. You can get started really quick, and you can still get dinner on the table quicker than delivery every single time. And if you're like me and you find yourself like occasionally you're just like, okay, I'll just DoorDash dinner, or I will just Uber Eats dinner, right? How many times have you actually been happy with the quality of the meal that you got, or how hot your meal was when it got to you, or if you ordered drinks, was it all watered down by the time it got to you? Be realistic, okay? If you had just made a quick 15-minute adjustment and got dinner on the table, you would have been more satisfied than you will with that meal, okay? Not only with the taste of the meal, the quality of the meal, the price of the meal, but you're gonna feel better about the fact that you did it. You pivoted, you made the change, you got dinner on the table versus feeling conquered and defeated into having to use one of those services that then turns around and offers you subpar food in the process, okay? And I'm not blaming that on workers for those companies. It just is what it is. All right, number 2 or number 9, whatever. Freeze building blocks for meals. So what does that mean? Make extra rice and freeze it. I hear something on my patio. Weird. Make pasta, freeze it. Make extra beans, freeze them. Make extra chicken, make extra ground beef, freeze it. So that all you have to do is pull it out and use it. Can you do a dinner that is just reheat and assemble? Okay. Can you reheat all of the ingredients, assemble it all together, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Some of the other things that I like to do, like I said, are freezing big chunks of the meal, like just pasta sauce with meat already in it. Or I will brown up a bunch of sausage, like breakfast sausage, and have it in smaller packages for things like sausage biscuits and gravy, or putting it on pizza, all different sorts of things. So think about building blocks for multiple different meals, and then get those building blocks done and in the freezer, and then all you have to do is pull them out, throw them all together real fast, and you have a quick and easy meal. All right, last one. This would be the number 1 tip I could give you. That's why I was kind of trying to count down, but then I kept messing up my counting in my head. Pre-chop and freeze your ingredients once in small bags, and then you have them to work with across multiple dishes. So an example of this is a few months ago, I want to say maybe like 2 months ago now, there was a truck that broke down in one city over from us. This truck was hauling all organic bell peppers. Okay, not the green ones, but the red, yellow, orange, tricolor peppers, right? I went over there because they asked for people from the community to come pick up peppers because they needed to offload them from this truck to get it fixed. And they needed to just get rid of it, or it was going to go bad in this truck, okay? It only had so much fuel to keep it refrigerated, to keep the peppers good. So I went over there expecting that I would come home with like maybe a couple of packages of peppers to work with. No, they sent me home with like 10 flats of peppers. I had hundreds and hundreds of peppers to work with. And so what I did, I cut up a whole bunch. Okay, I cut them in strips. I cut them into little bite-sized chunks. I cut them into rings for pizza, all different ways. I froze them in individual size baggies. So what I did is I made a whole bunch of orange ones in individual baggies, and I put them in one giant bag. So all the orange ones are together in the freezer. Yellow, red, okay? Then I donated all of the rest of the peppers at little pantries in my area over the course of a weekend. I think we filled up the little pantry boxes like 6 times, and people were still coming and getting them, which was great because it fed lots of different people without any waste. But the good thing about doing this is now you have them to grab and toss into meals. So I've already got it ready for stir fry. I've already got it ready for pepper steak. I've already got it ready for pizza. Whatever it is that I want to add those peppers on. And guess what? If it's going into the slow cooker, I don't even have to thaw them out. I can literally just dump them in and they'll, thaw out and cook right there in the slow cooker. So that's great because 0 additional work is needed when it's time to utilize that ingredient. So you can do this with onions. You can do it with fruits and vegetables. So get creative. Start thinking about what ingredients it is that you find yourself chopping on a regular basis. See if you can freeze those ingredients. And if you can, then when you find a big sale on them or an opportunity presents itself, like the peppers did, then you prep ahead with them. And guess what? Your prep time later is 0. Your prep time down the road is 0. So these are all things that you can do to make dinner time a breeze. Okay. If you follow these tips, it is going to cut down your prep time. It is going to cut down the amount of time it takes you to cook the meal, and it's going to get dinner on the table fast and you can enjoy it with your family. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.